with arrays, I created 2 arrays, and we're going to kind of talk about like indexing through arrays now. And so I created one array, and it just has, it's a 3 by 3 matrix basically. And then I created another one, which is also a 3 by 3 matrix, just so we could do different manipulations with it. So when indexing an array, you will look at the row and columns. So if I wanted to look at array at the matrix called array, if we wanted the value in the first row and the second column, which would be 2, we would do 1, 2, and that should output 2. So that's kind of how you do indexing. So you're going to put the row first and then the column second. So some other cool things you can do with this is you use the end keyword. So you could do array end, comma 1, and this will basically give you the value in the last row and then the first column. So you can see that here, last row, first column. And then you can do the other way too. So array 1, comma and you can get the value in the first row and last column, and so on. And so then you can also do something like 1, comma and minus 1, and that would, in the array, 1, comma and minus 1, and that would give you the value in the second to last column. So the point of doing that is kind of like when you have a matrix or an array with multiple columns or multiple rows, just easily being able to do an index without counting all of them out individually. So another thing you could do is go array 2, 3, comma 1, 2, and it would display something like this. So if you want to index multiple values at once, you could do something like this, where here you're going to the second column and second and third row, and then looking at the first and second column. And then that's how you got 4, 7, 5, and 8. So now kind of moving to some array operations. So one of the things you can do is multiply arrays. And so if you did something like array times array B, which are the 2 different arrays I created, it would give you something like this. And here you can see that if you multiplied 1 times 2, it wouldn't be 44. But it's doing this because it's taking the dot product, which is not exactly what you want. And so instead you should do array dot times array B, which would then give you this array where it's actually just doing 1 times 2, 2 times 3, and so on. And then you can do the same thing with division. So array dot divide array B. And then also you can do addition and multiplication with this. So array plus 10, and then same thing with subtraction. And then you could also take the sign of values in array by just using the sign method. So something like that. And then you can also find the minimum values in each column in an array, which would be like min of an array, just like that. So you can see in the array, these are the minimum values of all of the columns. And then if you did like min max of array B, you would get those values, since those are the maximum values in each of these columns.